What is up, world? Welcome to Apocaflix Now, the movie hangout show from Apocaflix Movies. I am your host, Jacob Bartley, and welcome on this wonderful Tuesday to join us for Apocaflix Now, like I said. And I'm going to go ahead and introduce the rest of the crew today before we jump into the specifics. Of course, up here with me, hanging out at the top of your screen, I have Gio Ramos. What is up, Gio?
Hey, what's going on, guys? If I'm being honest, I feel like a new man, okay? Like the Mac is set up. I got my gamer chair here with this fancy bougie pillow right here and this beautiful blue microphone with a stand donated by Jake. It's a good time right now, fellas.
That's awesome, man. And you just did something pretty cool. Do you want to plug it real quick?
Yeah, if you guys will let me, absolutely. On my channel, the Fandom United podcast, I just did an interview with Mr. Sean O'Connell, who is the author for the upcoming book, Release the Snyder Cut. Got a lot of great discussion in that 30-minute video. Talked about the movement, the Release the Snyder Cut movement. Talked about film journalism, a little bit of sports. It's on my channel. You guys, I'd be happy if you go check it out there. And it was a lot of fun. It was a new high for me on this podcasting journey. And I'm incredibly grateful.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely go check that out. Gio, you did a good job, man, for being your first time. Of course, we have Brian Avalosino, the hero, the teacher. What's going on, Brian?
The hero?
You're teaching during this pandemic, not in person, but still virtually.
I get to sit at home.
Hey,
is it? I feel like Brian is. This
has ruined teaching for me.
I'm trying to hype you up, man. Come on.
I feel like Brian is more of not so much teaching, but essentially telling the kids, "Shut the f up. I'm doing what I want to. You do what I tell you to do."
No, we're not teaching. I wouldn't say
what you got to do.
I mean, I wouldn't say.
I'm totally just playing around.
I wouldn't say teaching. I am providing the fun so that way it distracts from the daily.
Look, Brian, you're helping a group of youth get through these hard times. You're a hero.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, teaching, that's
strong word.
Yeah, that's a very strong word.
Well, I guess I'll never try to hype you up again, Brian.
Well, no. I'm just good because I finished Light of the Jedi.
Ooh.
Onto Test of Courage.
Did they release multiple at once?
Yeah, they did two.
Oh, wow. I'm
two
halfway
books
through Light of the Jedi. I like it a lot. Actually.
Almost done.
The audiobook is so good. This is the best audiobook. It even has score music to it. And
which one?
Which book?
Light of the Jedi.
I thought you hated Mark Thompson.
I'm saying well done. The
production of it.
Yes, thank you, Jake. The production of it is fantastic. The Nile, when they get pumped up, they have
Stop it! Stop!
Don't spoil.
I'm still on chapter 10.
Well, Mark Thompson is part of the production of. He does all those voices too.
No, but I'm just talking about the score. My Thorta. That I tell the kids that all the time.
All right. Well, last but not least, Jake Berlin.
Rachel? Why?
Jake Berlin is here too. If you guys didn't know.
You don't need to make that resolution. It's okay. It's okay. No, I'm good. It's a Tuesday. We're here. We're here to talk some. I'm excited about today's show because we're finally talking about new movies.
Yes.
It's been a very, very long time on this channel and a lot of other channels. We haven't been able to talk about movies like this, and we've talked about these movies in the past in a sense of, they just got delayed again. But now, while they might get delayed again,
speaking of that,
they very well could get delayed again, but they are coming nonetheless. And so I'm excited to talk about them.
No, that's a good point. I was actually excited all day to do this show because it kind of feels normal a little bit, even though we might not see most of these movies come out anytime soon. But let's just pretend that we will for now, just because we want to enjoy this conversation. Before we get to the normal, the movie watching challenge, we're going to tell you guys a little bit about a little channel update that we got going on. Not much is changing, but we had a team meeting. We're going to peel behind the curtain a little bit here. And we kind of came to the conclusion, Jake had this good idea, and we all talked about it and discussed it and decided that we believe that, we want to put out a quality show at least once a week. And we decided that we're going to cut Apocaflix Now down to one show a week every Tuesday. And it's going to, we'll see. It's going to stay on Tuesdays for now until further notice, but it's going to we're going to aim for an hour and a half long show. So you're not necessarily getting less of us. We're going to do a long show every Tuesday. We're going to put all our eggs in that one basket for this show and give the best show possible. And that's including all of our normal stuff that we do, the movie watching challenge, talking news, playing games, trivia, movie drafts, all those fun things. We're going to do it all on this one show. And it's going to be longer and it's going to be live as opposed to the pre-recorded second Thursday show. And we got some new stuff coming, some stuff that you guys already know about, some old stuff we're bringing back. So Jake, you got any comments on this, man?
Yeah, Jacob, you had mentioned about going behind the curtain. The fact of the matter is, for our viewers, you guys who had watched the Thursday premiere episode, you probably noticed that we were all wearing the same thing from the Tuesday show, and that was just a thing of we recorded the second episode as soon as this episode was done on Tuesdays, and sometimes if we went too long, we were recording until 10 p.m., 9:30, and for us who work, we get up early, we're working, and it's tough. It was kind of hurting us a little bit. We could tell within our videos that there were some times where we were a little tired or there was some yawning going on, and we just thought to ourselves, well, why put ourselves in a situation where we're not going to succeed? Why not, like Jacob said, put all of our eggs in one basket, go 90 minutes, have fun, and do just a little bit of a longer show. And quite frankly, like as much as I love the 2 times a week, the Thursday episodes were recorded to record stuff that wasn't news related. And it was just kind of like a ranking video or a review of something. And not that it wasn't relevant, but it was something that was just to fill a space to have a second show that week. Now we can really make one show the best possible thing it can be. I think that we all came to agreement and we're very, very excited about it.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the decision. And that doesn't mean you're only going to see us once a week. We as we talked about, we have Marvel Rewind that's already started and going to continue this upcoming Friday. And before we talk about maybe some of the other stuff we might be doing, Brian, do you have any thoughts on this, man?
You just threw it at me. You're not expecting.
Well, I was going to say Brian and Gio, but then you guys would have been like, "Go ahead, Gio. Go ahead, Brian." So I just decided. To choose
yeah,
you,
we've done
Brian.
that for the whole show.
No, I mean we've got. It's not like we're disappearing. Gio has his own show. Jacob has your stuff. Jake and I have a certain point of view. Not to mention Apocaflix. We have Casting Table. We still have.
The Fandalorian Club when
Mandalorian, when Bad Batch comes back in March, we have WandaVision. So it's just,
you're gonna see us twice a week no matter what, because there's gonna be a Marvel / Star Wars show or content going on all year long at some point.
And to be honest, it's not as fun filming without you guys actually there.
And
we like the live aspect.
Exactly.
We like the live aspect.
It's not the same.
And commenting, and we watch on the Thursdays, but it's not as fun. And sometimes people are watching the Thursday episode thinking it's live, so why not just do an episode live, and you guys can hop in and talk with us. It's just much more fun that way.
Well, and that's the thing. Like before, we used to review stuff on Apocaflix Now. So let's say maybe we will be reviewing WandaVision on the Thursday episode or whatever, the second episode of the week. And now we just have a show for that. So we're gonna. It's actually a good thing. It's going to be awesome. We're not going to limit ourselves to just an hour on Tuesday, so it should be cool. Gio, you excited for this, man?
Yeah. Change is good. I know it's uncomfortable sometimes. It's scary, guys, but trust me, this will work for the better. I think you're going to like the way we do our content now going forward. An hour and a half just to hang out, kick it. And talk movies.
But Rachel, you got to say this produced show is way better than it was produced way back in the day. It looks a hell of a lot better than it did 6 months ago.
No, what's funny is that your overlay is wrong, technically now.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I know. Yeah.
that's fine.
I didn't get to change it for
It's
today.
more for the Streamlabs up top,
okay.
guys.
Yeah, exactly.
That way.
And to be completely honest, the main reason why it's still happening on Tuesday is because of Jacob.
Because I want to be able to say Tuesday News Day.
Yeah.
That's the main reason.
That was
staying
probably his number one concern in our discussion was keeping
exactly. Yeah,
Tuesday
just to say,
News Day
just for saying
a thing. Yeah. So
very, very accurate. Well, was there anything else we wanted to add for now, or is that pretty much it for the time being?
You guys aren't getting rid of us. We're not going anywhere. We're just we're making things a little bit better and more suited for us as a crew. It fits us better, and we're gonna put out even better content than we were before. So
For sure, and we're gonna keep it up with those casting tables.
Shug?
With those casting tables as well. We love doing those, and a lot
We'll
of
get to
people
that
don't-
one. We'll get to that one.
Oh, a lot of people don't do those on a regular basis, so I'm excited to do that.
Brian, to touch on this, yes, Keith actually he has 4 kiddos at home and he works long hours. He is a very hard-working gentleman, and the second he gets home, he hops on here. He just works a little bit later than we do. He will be here. And just to tease something, there's actually something specific coming with him here in the near future that we are very, very excited about to get him more on the channel.
yeah, he literally gets off at 7.
Yeah.
And then drives home.
And
immediately gets
don't
off.
just walk in the door and then turn on the camera.
Yeah.
You got to settle in, especially when you have kids. So Keith is 100% still.
And that's also another reason kind of why we pushed an hour and a half. That way he can at least get an hour.
Yeah, at least hop on. And speaking of that, do we want to? So Keith is part of the movie watching challenge coming up. Do we want to wait for him?
Well, you just gave it away.
He's part of it. I mean,
Nope. I already got an answer of what he wants, so we can go ahead as planned.
all right. Well, let's get to it. If you guys don't know what the movie watching challenge is, it is our segment here on Apocaflix Now where we challenge each other to watch movies, because that's one of the best things about being a film fan is giving recommendations to your friends. And the best thing about this is we're making each other watch these films. So every week somebody new gets challenged and they get to choose whether they choose a random number to select the film or put up a poll for the viewers to vote on that film. And those films are selected by the other 4 members of Apocaflix. So Gio was challenged this past week, and he was challenged The Raid 2, which is a film that Jake chose. So before we get to the next challengee, they're going to discuss that film.
All right, man.
All right.
Give me the good news.
Okay, so
Give me the good news.
let's see. The Raid 2. A lot of hype going into this movie. I was a big fan of the first movie Gareth Edwards directed. He returns to direct this one. And it lived up to the hype. Absolutely. This movie is insane. It's so good. And you know what? I had my, concerns about it because the first one is just so damn good. So if anybody doesn't know what The Raid or Raid 2 is, I tried to find the best way to describe it. And the best way that I could describe it, especially this movie, The Raid 2, is imagine the fighting of John Wick with The Departed as far as story goes. And that's all I'll say. Okay.
So you think that I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but you think that the John Wick movie fighting is up to par with what The Raid puts out?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to find the best way to explain
just
it.
making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah.
I was about to have a heart attack.
No. To mainstream audiences, I was like, okay, what's a movie with a lot of good fighting that's almost close to The Raid? And let me tell you, the fighting, okay, the thing about the first movie, it was a confined setting, right? It was these police officers fighting their way out of this drug lord's house. And
Skyscraper. Yeah,
skyscraper. And this one, take the best parts about The Raid, and they're out there in the real world. I mean, some of it does take place in a prison, which is just incredible. All right, think about Batman Begins early on when Christian Bale's in that prison and he's fighting all those prisoners. No, The Raid does it 10 times more insane. It's so crazy. The fighting sequences will give you adrenaline. Like you'll feel like you're having Red Bull injected into your veins as you're watching this because you're just like, yeah, I want to see more. And it's so damn good. There's characters in here that I absolutely loved. One guy has a baseball bat and a baseball, and he's just using it like you wouldn't believe. There's another girl with hammers. It's just the fighting is insane. If you're a fan of action flick fight choreographies, excellent camera work, you're gonna love The Raid 2. I absolutely enjoyed it. I'm not gonna go spoilers because I really want you guys to watch it. There was a character who returns in this movie from the first one. They found a way to bring him back. They gave him some personality. I was all in for it. The Raid 2 and The Raid must see action flicks, especially if you're looking forward to Mortal Kombat this year, which I'm going to talk about later. The Raid and The Raid 2. Absolutely loved it. Great job, Jake. Again, we know each other with this, man. We just, I feel like we have a connection, dude. It was
I know what kind of movies that you like. And it's partly because you challenge me to very similar-esque movies. I have two things to say. One, what was your favorite fight?
It has to be the kitchen fight.
I was hoping
it has to be the kitchen fight. Okay, mild spoilers. There's an incredible fight sequence in the first movie between the Mad Dog character and the good guys. This one upped it. It's better. I just don't know what to say.
The choreography of these movies
so insane,
and how they move is absolutely incredible. Iko Uwais is the main character. This guy is incredible. What he's able to do as far as action goes. There's also one of the other guys in the movie his name is Joe Taslim. He's actually playing. Oh my God. Who's the ice guy in Mortal Kombat?
Oh, Sub-Zero.
He's playing Sub-Zero Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
And so that's a big deal because it's fighting ability. But I wanted to say that if you love these movies, for anybody who has seen these movies, there's a movie on Netflix that is very similar to The Raid. It has Iko Uwais, it has Joe Taslim, it has a couple others. I actually might like it a little bit more than the Raid movies. It's called The Night Comes For Us.
Oh, okay.
It's subtitled. They're in a different language, but the fighting is so raw. It is so real. It's incredibly violent, and they have moments in that movie that may just be as good as this one. They're on par, possibly even better. Joe Taslim is the lead in that movie, not Iko Uwais. But yeah, I'm pumped. I'm really happy that you liked it because whenever someone comes to me like, "Oh, I'm looking for a good action movie," it's hard to get them on the Raid movies because some people don't like subtitles. They don't. But for me, they kind of enhance it because it's like the movie in its true form. And so to hear someone come back and me be like, "Yes, this movie is everything it was supposed to be, everything I've heard it should be," I'm very excited. I'm very happy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I did watch the English dub version. So just be careful. Okay, that threw me off a little bit. But my God, is this?
It was still good. Still good.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome. Perfect.
All right, guys, come back in.
Everyone back in.
What, did we switch?
That got me pumped up. I need to watch those movies immediately. Are they on a streaming service or got to pay to rent them?
That's for Gio.
They were on Netflix. They were. I had to go through Xbox.
A lot of stuff is leaving Netflix these days, so it's going to be difficult. Hey, I don't mind paying to rent it, but if it's on a service that I already have, I'd rather just watch it.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely. Awesome. Well, Keith was challenged this week, which I kind of spoiled for you guys. And Jake, what did he choose to do?
He wants to go to a fan poll.
Yeah.
He wants to go to a fan poll. And so Brian's going to take care of revealing the movies. But just so you guys know, for all of you who are watching, the poll is already up. It posted about 8 minutes ago.
Nice.
So you can go on our YouTube page under community tab, or it should be under your subscriptions if you're on a mobile device. And just go ahead and vote for which movie you think you should watch. But Brian, control's yours, sir.
All right. So the movies that everyone gets to decide between for Keith are Awake, Don't Breathe, I Love You, Man, and Rear Window. So
Man, that is
very
a
different.
very like diverse bunch of films. They're all very, very different movies.
Yeah.
Keith got challenged, Kylie. Keith got challenged.
Yeah, Keith did. He's not here yet. Maybe he'll hop on a little bit here with us, but yeah, but at least that's good because he doesn't. He gets to find out later. Like we didn't have to reveal the movie right now without him here. So
Yeah. So if
that
you
works out.
if you see one of those 4 that you want to vote for, head on over to Apocaflix community tab, and the poll is there.
Yes. So
He has not. He has not. These are all. I double checked with him to make sure that he has seen. He has not seen everything.
I did wonder that because I know he wants to watch some of these movies, and I'm like, hopefully he hasn't watched them since then. You know?
I sent him a big list. I was like, just send me back what you haven't seen, and he sent me like 1 back that he hasn't seen. I was like, wow, great.
Yeah, I know. We need to update that list because you guys.
Slap it a base.
I'm not updating any of that list because let's be honest, I'm gonna
Slap
probably
it a base.
no to every one of
No,
them.
we don't need movies for Brian to watch anymore. It's just the rest of us.
Yeah.
Brian's list is all red. Like we'll bring up the
go
list one day.
through
It's all red.
the decades and just add a bunch of movies from each decade, like the top 50 movies from every decade.
Yeah.
Boom.
I have my handy dandy movie bucket list scratch off too. So
Those are already probably all on there.
Hey, we got to keep the pattern. Like somebody else, Brian. Somebody else, Brian. Somebody else,
what are you
Brian.
talking about? You and Jacob just broke the pattern. 2 weeks in a row.
Well, I wanted to pick Keith because Keith hasn't been picked in a minute. So,
Fair.
read the chat,
Oh, I saw it.
the messenger. Yeah.
But then Brian controls who gets challenged every single time other than himself.
I'm fine with that. He'll change it up. I know he'll change it up.
Yeah, I don't pick the same people.
Or we could just make it, Brian attached to every challenge that's not him. So
No, I don't have that much time.
So Brian, do you know what day of the week it is?
What are you talking about?
What day of the week it is?
Oh God, you mean your
It's
Tuesday news day?
Tuesday News Day, and we actually have a news story to discuss. So let's go to Jake with the news.
Yeah, we only have one big piece of news to talk about today because we do want to get to our most anticipated movies, but this is a big one. It's a big question we've had for the last number of months, and it finally got answered, and that is that Deadpool 3 has officially been confirmed by Kevin Feige himself that it will take place inside the MCU, and it will be rated R. They will be keeping the character as he has been the last number of movies, as he was in the comics. And that currently it's being written by Lizzie Molyneux-Loglin and Wendy Molyneux. They are the writers for Bob's Burgers. The script is being overseen by Ryan Reynolds himself. Kevin Feige basically came out and said, yes, Ryan is overseeing the character. He knows the character best. He's played the character. He's been the character for the last however long. He is the one overlooking the script with Kevin Feige, with others. But it's officially coming. They're not expecting to shoot until next year, which means that it could end up being released either fall of 22 or early 23. So don't expect to see it soon, but it is set in the MCU. It will be continuity correct with all these other characters, which leaves open a number of great doors for the MCU going forward. Thoughts?
I don't know why everyone is so surprised. Like,
I don't know if it was so much the surprise factor, but the fact that it's finally been confirmed.
Like, I honestly was starting to get annoyed with all the people that were like, they're gonna ruin Deadpool. I'm like, chill. Like, they plan their stuff out for.
How do you not trust them already?
Exactly. Like they already had like 2 to 3 years worth of stuff planned before they bought Fox. Like, they're not just gonna go like, all right, let's just throw Deadpool in. And it like, even I want to say the creator of Deadpool was starting to get a little snippy and nasty with it.
Rob Liefeld.
Yeah, and he was starting to be like, well, they're gonna, and I'm like, they've had the property for like barely even a year. Chillax. So now everyone can take a deep breath. Deadpool's coming. They obviously we're not going to just throw Deadpool in just so that way they can get another movie in there. Honestly, like, it kind of like ruined Deadpool's excitement for me, hearing all like the complaints and people about it. And I'm just, at this point, when I heard it, I was like, okay.
Screw that, Brian. Don't let them do. You know how many people give me an earful about the Snyder Cut in March?
Well, it's not just that. I'm just like, I'm tired. Like, to me, it reminded me very much of like Star Wars, where it was like negative, and I'm just like, take it or leave it.
Nobody has patience.
Exactly. I'm like, I would much rather wait for whatever, have them plan out some fantastic story to put him in there. I mean, maybe they want to do him killing the Fox universe. They can't just immediately do it. They can't. It would make zero sense. It's been,
guys, I deserve to run a casino or something if they actually decide to kill the Fox universe.
I mean, you weren't the
Run
I said it on this channel.
Yeah, you did
so fast
a long time ago. Yeah,
and oh my goodness! Real quick before everybody else talks, I wanted to get to Brian's comment here. I'm hoping for opening scene for Deadpool 3 is the Deadpool with Mickey ears and said, "Oh, we're bought by Disney," and someone whispers saying that you can curse, and he says, "F yeah." I mean, it's a great way to break the ice.
there's gonna be a ton of that. Could
you imagine the Disney logo? I mean, I know Marvel movies don't have Disney logos, but the Disney logo, and then Deadpool's the first thing that pops up, and he goes "F you" or something, and then they just go on with the movie.
I have him, and I'm hoping what he does. You made me think of is, remember the old Disney Channel shows where they used to like
draw the ears,
draw the Mickey ears,
have him do that with his sword.
Yeah,
like, you're watching Disney Channel. It's like I would die.
Well, if you guys remember, the first image that Ryan Reynolds put on his social media page after Fox was bought by Disney was him getting arrested outside of Disneyland, and so they have to play that into the movie.
Yeah. I can't wait for the marketing, because we know what the marketing is like for Deadpool. It's all got to take place at Disneyland, right? All of it.
Like, that'd be hilarious.
Like, you just shoot a bunch of marketing promos inside Disneyland with like kids and like on the
final battle scene is in Disneyland.
Gotta be.
I freaking love this, man. This is the best of both worlds, because they were just getting going on Deadpool. Like, they had two major hits, whether you like the movies or not, they were financially successful and huge, big hits for R-rated films. And before Joker, they were the highest grossing R-rated films of all time.
It was Deadpool, and then it went Logan.
Yeah, but the first Deadpool, I believe.
And then so Deadpool, Logan, and then Joker in that order.
Yeah. So, but now Joker is.
Well,
Joker
I mean, like they all beat out each other. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, you mean that's. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I love this because I was not ready to lose Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. That would have been brutal to have it taken away from us.
We're never going to lose him.
No, I know, but that's the thing. Like, it was still a possibility. It really was.
Like,
that could have been a possibility, but I'm just so happy to finally hear it confirmed.
Yes, I'm telling you, there's no possibilities.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. Like, there's so many things they can do with it, and I'm just so happy because the first Deadpool is in my top 10 favorite comic book movies of all time, and I love Ryan Reynolds' addition of the character, so I'm stoked for this.
Yeah, next month will be 5 years since the first movie released in 2016 in February.
And give me some Spider-Man and Deadpool. Give me some Blade and Deadpool.
No,
yeah.
I want Daredevil and Deadpool. That's what I want.
Hey,
yeah,
I'm down for that too.
Charlie Cox says Daredevil.
I'm down for him to interact with pretty much anyone.
I want Team Red. I really want Team Red. That's why.
Then you have to throw Spider-Man there too.
I want Spidey. I want Daredevil. I want Deadpool. I want Team Red on screen together at one point or another. I think it'd be great. And real quick to this, Brian, I think that the opening credits will actually be him killing the Fox universe. That's what I think the opening credits will be.
That would be.
Yeah,
I would like that more than the whole movie
because he has the time device.
Yeah.
Remember, the last time we saw him, he has the time device.
Yeah.
So, I guess now we can call it the multiverse device. Technically,
do you guys think
universe?
True.
Do you guys think that something that happens in this whole multiverse incident, or there's like a multiverse arc going on coming up soon? Do you think that is how Deadpool ends up in their universe, or they're just going to say he was always there?
I think he's going to put himself in this universe with the device.
Yeah, he'll probably just put himself.
And I think he's going to be like, F this universe. I don't want to be a part of it. And he's going to go around killing
He's going
everybody.
to go back
it.
in time and just like erase the Fox universe.
I think he's going to destroy his universe because he doesn't like his universe. Nobody likes him. He's not welcome anywhere. He's done so many bad things. And then he's going to get wrapped up and be caught up in this universe somehow.
Yeah, it's going to be dope.
It's going to be hilarious. It's going to be so effing funny.
Yeah. Gio, are you excited for this, man? Or did you expect this?
I was expecting Disney to eventually get into the R-rated business of comic book movies. I mean, there's no way that you could just, ignore it or downplay it. R-rated movies are successful. Look at Joker, Logan, and others.
John Wick.
But the concern was, would Disney do it? Would they put their they had a formula that was working for the longest time. Would they go into R-rated territory? And looks like they are. And they have plans with, I'm pretty sure Blade will be R-rated as well.
I'm sure Moon Knight will be pretty heavy too.
I think they're going to put together this really weird, rambunctious team with Moon Knight, Blade, Deadpool, maybe.
It's going to be like a dark universe type.
Yeah, it's going to be, but I don't even know if, they're going to
not dark, but
it's almost like they're going to create the Netflix grounded universe with their own characters in the MCU. Do you see what I mean by that? Like the kind of more street level heroes.
I mean, you could easily do that with the Netflix style characters of Punisher and.
Well, I know, but maybe they don't want to use those to recreate what they did on Netflix.
No, but I'm saying like those styles.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So, I mean,
could you guys see Deadpool going to Disney Plus after they do a movie? Because they can only dedicate so many movies to the.
Well, they're also doing that new.
That's only across. That's only that's not in our country, Brian.
Yeah, but aren't they doing a certain section that's just the Fox stuff too?
So it's called Stars or Star. And for Hulu, that's not outside of the US, that's essentially the option for Hulu. It's called Star.
Okay, so they're gonna dump all Fox stuff on Hulu.
Yeah, so that's what people are thinking. Otherwise, or they're going to create its own. They're calling them the tab. I think they're calling them, or the tile on Disney Plus, where it's Fox's universe or whatever. But some movies are already on there, like not Logan. I want to say like the Wolverine is on there.
Wolverine on there.
X-Men Origins, like they're already on there under the Marvel tab. So
there you go. It's already on Hulu right now.
But that's because of its previous rights. Its rights aren't up yet.
But Disney owns Hulu, so
yes. But I have a feeling that they'll probably put everything together rather than being like, well, the PG-13 stuff's over here and the R stuff is over here. They'll probably put everything.
They've also talked about doing a section of Disney Plus where you have to have a code to unlock like R-rated movies.
Parental control.
Yeah,
exactly.
So
which is it's not. I mean, it's not bad.
If they want all MCU in there, I think they would put it in there somehow.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah. Well, any last thoughts, guys, before we move on to our 2021 films?
Good for Ryan Reynolds.
It's not officially confirmed by Oscar Isaac or Marvel, but the cinematographer came out and said that he is playing him. So take that with what you will.
They'll wait on that one. That's freaking huge.
That's as close as to official as you will say it is. It's pretty much happening.
That's I'm trying to think, like that's the biggest casting announcement we would have heard from Marvel in a while.
Well, that's probably one of the bigger ones with like Mahershala playing Blade, Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel.
I'm talking about since Comic-Con that they have announced. That's probably the biggest one because I mean, She-Hulk's she's known, but she's not a list movie star. Miss Marvel. Who else is around? I'm drunk like right now. Whatever.
It's as big of a reveal as Anakin coming back in the Obi-Wan series. Could you say that?
No,
that's a little bit different.
Because
I would just say that is a
it's a huge
thing.
It's like announcing
being cast as Thor type announcement that, or
it was like when they announced Chadwick Boseman was going to be Black Panther. It was like on that level.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal.
Except it's a TV show, Disney Plus, and the first theatrical, but they're all in the same universe now anyway.
It's
so
gonna be a 6-hour
relevant.
So.
Alrighty, well, let's get into it. Our most anticipated movies of 2021, and we're gonna kind of reveal these in a very unique way. And Jake, since you came up with it, man, I'm gonna have you explain how we're gonna do this.
Yeah, I don't want to go one by one and just us each talk about the movie and move on. I want to have like open discussions about them. So the way it's gonna work is we're gonna go all four essentially at once. We're gonna reveal a group of movies, and we're gonna talk about the movies that were announced, that were revealed in our numbers. We're gonna have an official top 10 by the end of the night. And we're going to reveal our individual lists that'll equal into a consensus list. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by revealing our 10 through 7, go around the table. We're going to talk about them. We're going to reveal our 6 through 4, go around the table, talk about them, 3 and 2, and then 1 at the very end. And then we'll talk about some honorable mentions as well. You guys are more than welcome. If you have an official ranking of 10 movies, just join in with us, reveal them as we go. And I'll leave the pointing around to go to Jacob, but that's kind of how it's gonna work. I just want to be able to have open discussion rather than Gio going, him talking about his movie, and then I happening. Like, I want to be able to talk about these movies together because we haven't talked about a lot of them together in a very, very long time. And why not start the year off right?
Hey. Awesome. So just to be clear, so if I go my 10 through 7, we're gonna talk about all 4 of those movies right now, like basically.
Yes, and yeah. So, but you aren't just going. All 4 of us are going, and we're like, okay, what movie are we talking about?
I see. Okay. Well, cool. Well, I'll go ahead and go first, and we'll go to Gio, Jake, then Brian for the 10 through 7. And then we'll talk about honorable or the 11 through 15 later.
Yep.
Kind of like as honorable mentions. All right, cool. Okay, so this is tough because look. These lists were the hardest I've ever done for a reason because there's so many movies pushed into 2021. I could not believe it when I was putting this list together. Like, movies that didn't even make my top 15 would normally be on my top 10 list. It's insane. So I'll go ahead and go with my 10 through 7. So my number 10, I can't believe it's at number 10. It should be at number 11, but whatever. Number 10 is Halloween Kills. My number 9 is The Suicide Squad. My number 8 is Black Widow. And my number 7 is Mission Impossible 7.
These lists are going to be so different. I'm so
Gio, how about your 10 through 7, man?
Okay.
Wait, did you say Mission Impossible 7's at number 7?
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Hey, I didn't plan that. It just ended up. Dude, it's because there's so many movies. That's why it should be higher.
Oh boy. Okay. Number 10 is the Mortal Kombat reboot. Number 9, I'm surprised how low this is. Fast 9. Number 8, A Quiet Place Part 2. Number 7, Mission Impossible 7.
Wow.
Shame on you.
Hey, we just wanted the 7s to match up, Gio. I think that's what it was.
No. Well, wait till you see these movies.
All right, my number 10 is Godzilla vs. Kong. My number 9 is Black Widow. 8 is Cherry, the Russo brothers film.
Oh, nice.
And number 7 is Eternals.
Awesome. Brian, your 10 through 7?
My list is so typical of me.
Yeah, it is. I look at yours, I go, I could have made this up for Brian myself.
Yeah.
Hey, don't be ashamed. Love is love.
No, you're going to hear mine and go, yeah, it's pretty right. It's not very diverse. Number 10 for me is A Quiet Place 2. 9 is Mission Impossible 7. 8 is Godzilla vs. Kong. And 7 is No Time to Die.
Interesting. Interesting. So hearing these, I'm like, how are these on all of our lists? Like, how are these so low? Like, what's above them? But I'm excited to find out.
All right. So what's one movie we want to start off by talking about? So,
hold on, Chuck, we're making the list as far as what is currently scheduled to come out.
I mean,
obviously this is probably about 85% of these movies aren't going to even come out, but hopefully, if these movies come out, this is what we're at.
Well, one's for sure coming out.
Look,
but-
Chuck, I agree with that concern, but like we didn't want those worries to take away this joy of having this discussion. Like we still want to do this as our most anticipated films, and we're just trying to be positive and hope that we get these movies. So, was there a film that was listed on a lot of our 10 through 7s? I mean, Mission Impossible 7 for.
I heard Mission Impossible 7 like 3 times.
I think all 4 of us said it.
No, I didn't say it.
Obviously,
Mission Impossible was listed, but I also think that we should probably talk about.
Do you want to say Mission Impossible 7 for when?
Okay, well, there might be movies that won't get discussed again,
and that's what I'm saying. So,
okay. I think Halloween Kills will probably.
Let's talk about Halloween Kills. Let's talk about Halloween Kills. That's a good call.
So, did you guys all like the newest Halloween movie?
I did.
I've never seen one, so I'm out of this conversation.
I'm so over this rant, but you guys go ahead.
That's because you ignore me, Brian, when I say, "Hey, you want me to come over and watch Halloween?" and you're too scared to watch it.
I told you could. You just wanted to watch it at that second.
No, I wanted to watch the original with you one time, but whoa, Gio, we're gonna get into a debate here about Halloween.
Do it.
Look, I still love the first Halloween. It's my favorite. First, let's back up a little bit. Halloween is my favorite horror franchise of all time. And I guess I'm the horror guy at Apocaflix movies, even though I'm not that big of a horror fan. I love horror movies. Sure. I'm not like that big of a horror fan, but I love Michael Myers. I watched them as a kid. I shouldn't have, but this new one was really good. I think it's the best Halloween movie other than the first one, and I just thought it was awesome. It got a little bit wild at the end with the doctor and all that stuff, but I still really enjoyed it. It was pretty gruesome, and I love what they did with Laurie and her daughter and all that. Awesome. So I'm super stoked for it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the movie is really, really good. I don't have it high up on mine. It's outside of my 15 because I haven't really seen it. I know there was a quick teaser, but I just haven't seen anything. Yeah. I know it's coming. I get it, but I haven't seen anything to be like, okay, well, this needs to be up in my top however long or however many. Most of these I've seen footage for. If I haven't seen footage, it's like a monster property that I've really been waiting for or really wanting. But I do think that Halloween Kills could be one of, if not the best horror movie of this year, if it does come out.
Freaking Anthony Michael Hall is in this movie.
No, right?
That's crazy.
Okay. Any others that were mentioned that we should let's talk about Cherry because nobody talked about Cherry.
Probably not going to be mentioned.
I brought up Cherry on mine. This is a really cool movie. First of all, it's directed by the Russo brothers. Big deal. They're big Marvel guys. They've done a lot of TV. They pretty much crush everything they do. But it's starring Tom Holland as a character who is like this guy who does these multiple things. He's a soldier. He's a thief. He's a bookworm. He's all of these things in one. We haven't seen a trailer for it yet. Note on that. Tom Holland actually put out a tweet earlier today saying 1/14/20, which could very much lead to a Cherry trailer on Thursday because the Russo brothers replied to it. But other than that, we've seen some images of Tom Holland as a bank robber, which is super interesting. He's talked about how excited he is about the project, reuniting with the Russo brothers. Obviously, the Russo brothers have done a great job with stuff outside of the MCU. And the movie is very much more in line with something like the Winter Soldier than it is like the big Avenger projects, which gets me excited because it's all about the action. It's all about the story. It's all about the characters. And since they left their MCU days, they've produced projects like 21 Bridges and Extraction on Netflix. Now they're finally getting back behind the camera. I can't wait to see this movie. I'm super stoked about it.
Yeah, so they're actually directing it, right?
They're actually directing it.
That's awesome because, first of all, I want to see them do something on MCU. And I also want to see Tom Holland, like, not in a big action movie, even though he's done a ton of great stuff on the side. But this is like a lower scale kind of action movie. So I'm excited for it.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next ones, guys. We'll find.
Yeah, because I think everything else that was mentioned will probably get mentioned again.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. So we'll just go in the same order. So I'll go. So we're doing 6 through 4.
6 through 4.
This hurts to say because it should be higher, but my number 6 is Dune, the Denis Villeneuve film Dune. My number 5 is Godzilla versus Kong. I need that in my life right now, and I desperately want to watch it on a movie screen, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen. I need Keith here for this next one. My number 4 is The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos prequel. And then, oh yeah, that's it, right?
That is it.
Yep. So Dune, Godzilla, Many Saints of Newark. Gio?
All right. My number 6 is Army of the Dead, releasing on Netflix. Number 5 is Dune. And number 4 is Top Gun Maverick.
Awesome. Jake?
Shame. My number 6 is The Suicide Squad. My number 5, and this is Chuck, you're my man. Last Night in Soho, 100% Edgar Wright. And number 4 is Mission Impossible 7.
Nice. Brian?
My 6 is Shang-Chi. Number 5 is Spider-Man 3. And 4 is The Suicide Squad.
Spider-Man 3 is this year?
It's scheduled for December of this year. Yes, sir. Can't change it now, Gio. You missed it. Can't change it now.
Don't
All right,
So I think now we could talk about Mission Impossible 7.
So we can talk about Mission Impossible 7. We can probably talk about Godzilla versus Kong as well, unless someone else hasn't mentioned it yet. Okay, so let's talk about those two for sure. So let's start with Mission Impossible 7.
I could touch on Many Saints of Newark real quick, but Mission Impossible 7, is it crazy to say the last one was the best one? We say that every time they come out nowadays. I don't even know which one is my favorite, but I guess Fallout, just every time it gets better and better and better since the fourth one. And I can't wait for this next one. Same director, same team. Give me that new mission. I can't freaking wait.
Yeah, so it varies on a day for me. It's funny because Rogue Nation was literally on the television on TNT or whatever.
Rogue Nation is so good.
Before the show started, it was on, and I was watching it while I was getting ready to set up and everything. So any given day, it's either Rogue Nation or Fallout. I will say that I had Fallout as my number one film of 2018. It beat out Infinity War for me. And so, or maybe it was even Endgame. It might have beat out Endgame. I don't know, one of those years, whichever one it came out against. This movie is, I mean, you guys know how I feel about my Mission Impossible, but this one specifically is so different because Christopher McQuarrie, who's coming back, he did the previous two. He's now kind of taking the story he had finished, taking the pieces from that, and now starting a two-parter with 7 and 8.
That's right. Yep.
And it's going to be essentially one big story. Plus the addition of Haley Atwell, who plays Peggy Carter in the MCU. She's in these. You bring back Rebecca Ferguson as Ilsa Faust. You bring back Vanessa Kirby as the White Widow. You have Tom Cruise. You have Simon Pegg. You have Ving Rhames. The possibility of Jeremy Renner possibly showing up. It's like, and plus the stunts they do. I mean, they up themselves every single time.
Yeah.
It's like the one thing I go for in these movies. But it's not just an action movie. Like the stories are really typically really good, especially as of late. Like the Fallout story was really good. Henry Cavill was a really thought out villain. And like you don't get that with a lot of action movies these days. And as big as they go, I mean, I'm all for it. Give me as many Mission Impossibles as you want. Give me 50 of these. I don't care. Tom Cruise is inevitable. So yes, I'm all for it.
Real quick, I'd pull the Geo. I forgot freaking Shang-Chi comes out this year, man. I just saw it in the chat. I think it was Chuck. I know. You said it on your list?
Yeah, it's my number 6.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to change it now, but I'm telling you, it probably would have been in my top 10 if I would have. The list I looked at didn't have it on there, but oh well. Geo, Brian, thoughts on MI7?
Hey,
I'm excited for Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's going to be awesome. Isn't Nicholas Hoult also in this movie or no?
He was, and then I think he had to step out for scheduling. He was supposed to be one of the bad guys. And he might still be, but I'm not 100% sure if that's happening still.
Yeah, but I mean, look, Tom Cruise, and then just the recent audio leaked of him chewing his production team out because he takes it. he takes these movies that seriously. Like it just got me more excited. Like, hey, this is he's been going all in and he's continuing and 2 more. Hell yeah, back to back, bring it on.
Awesome.
I want Elizabeth Debicki in this franchise. Really,
well, she like she would fit.
Yeah, I mean, she was something similar in Man from U.N.C.L.E., a little bit more comedic, but she was in that.
Yeah, I know, but oh god, I love her.
I feel like she was already in a Mission Impossible 7. Like it just seems like, or
She
in a Mission
feels like that
Impossible
type
movie.
of actress that you would see.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, Kong vs. Godzilla. Kong, what was it? Godzilla King of the Monsters. I was so excited for that movie. And while I love the action and the monsters and the action and the fights were perfect to me. But the whole movie, the human characters, the story, the movie, stupid. I don't care. It's Kong versus Godzilla. This is as big as Batman versus Superman. Like it has that level of like
the
epicness.
second I heard
Like,
Bat, I
come
went,
on.
here we go.
Give me it. I need that movie.
I mean,
Cool.
if you're talking classic people that you've heard of growing up, then yeah, I could see your analogy working there. Yeah, I'm just excited. I love these monster movies. Are just fun when it's not about the humans and it's about monsters. But
yeah, I'm hoping they're gonna get it right this time with like good balance.
I hope so.
Well, and the reason why I'm so excited about Godzilla vs. Kong, the last couple they've had issues with the human story, which is always an issue when you think of monsters. But there's one key element to this film: Adam Wingard. He's directing 2 movies he's directed in the past: The Guest and You're Next.
Yep.
He's directed both of those. Very horror, right? Very horror, but also centered on characters. Very character-driven stories in both those movies. He also did the Blair Witch movie, the most recent one, which was the sequel that nobody knew about. I'm pumped because he's a great director. Stepping up to something like this, I think they're going to go big and give us monster carnage and a great human story because there's a lot of people involved, right? Alexander Skarsgård came in. You have Millie Bobby Brown coming back with Kyle Chandler. You have Gio. You really like her. She's in Baby Driver. She was also in Hobbs and Shaw. Isaac Gonzalez.
Oh, no, Isaac Gonzalez.
Isaac Gonzalez is in this. It's a big cast, so I have a feeling they're going to do a good story on this. I hope that's the best of both worlds.
Isn't the girl's sister who was the mom in the second one, her sister's in this one?
Oh, so you're thinking of Vera Farmiga's sister, Taissa Farmiga. She might be. I'm not sure. I gotta look that up. I do want to get this real quick. We move on to our next reveals. Brian put up his top 10 in here for us. Ooh. So at number 10, he's got In the Heights, the Lin-Manuel Miranda musical. Number 9, Fast 9. Number 8, Space Jam 2. Number 7, Coming to America. Number 6, No Time to Die. Number 5, Free Guy. 4, Jackass 4. 3, The Suicide Squad. 2, Top Gun Maverick. And number 1, Spider-Man 3.
Let me say something real quick about Fast 9. Okay, so
here we go.
Here we go.
No, it's good that you're talking about it because it's not going to be brought up.
Yeah, I'm not as high on this one. Okay, I don't know about John Cena playing Dominic Toretto's brother. But we talked about this on like a recent podcast. The fact that this movie
she died.
Who died?
Vera Farmiga died
in the movie, yeah.
And King of the Monsters.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that yet, so spoiler.
Well, Jesus.
Well, whatever. I mean, but anyways, Fast 9. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I think the 1-year layoff is going to really help because this movie was coming right after Hobbs and Shaw, which wasn't that well critically received and didn't make as much at the box office. So I think fans are excited to return. These movies are all about family. You know there's going to be some crazy action stunt that is just like so unbelievable, but you're going to love it anyway. I mean, the car swinging from one cliff to the other and then later on getting picked up by a freaking jet going into space. These movies are going to go into space, and Dwayne Johnson, Vin Diesel, they made up off screen, so you're going to see Hobbs back with Toretto at some point.
Won't.
You're going to see, I'm sure,
they will. That's
Keanu
too
Reeves,
much money to deny.
probably the big bad guy. It's going to be fun, popcorn fun.
Hey, I'm excited for this movie. It's in my top 15. It's in my top 15.
I want to be excited for this one because what was it? Is it John Chu returning? Right, John Chu.
No, God, what's his name?
Well, the Han character.
No,
the director.
The director.
Justin Long.
Justin Lin.
Justin Lin. Yeah.
Justin Lin's returning, which gives me hope for the movie. I hated the last one.
The last one was bad.
I could not stand.
No, Hobbs and Shaw was good.
No, not Hobbs and Shaw.
Fate of the Furious.
Fate of the Furious. First of all, worst name of all time.
Yeah, they shouldn't have.
Worst name of all time. Second of all, what atrocious of a movie.
No, second worst name.
It is so bad.
It's
it is so sloppy. It's not even fun. Like I couldn't go into that movie with 2 buckets of popcorn and have fun. I couldn't. It was terrible. It's just so bad.
So hey, Charlize Theron, he's not a fan of you. So
I wasn't a fan of her character. I wasn't. I wasn't, and I'm very interested in seeing how they kind of transitioned into this because it's something very different from what they were going for. Well, hopefully, because F. Gary Gray did something very different with that. Justin Lin's going to kind of bring it back to what they were doing before.
Yeah,
and if he does, cross my fingers because
I think this one's going to be good to be honest because it's Justin Lin, and honestly, I don't care. Look, in these movies, bringing John Cena in as his brother is cheesy, but these are the type of franchise where you can do that. It looks fun to me. Very, very fun.
John Cena is going to have one hell of a year this year.
Yeah, he's getting better and better.
Yes, sir.
So you mentioned Space Jam 2, Brian. I am so down for Space Jam 2. I love the first Space Jam.
The uniforms are atrocious, but
it's just because LeBron James and he's a Laker and he delivered a championship.
LeBron James.
I love Space Jam way before I even knew
LeBron James.
LeBron James is a pretty decent actor. I mean, and what was that movie he did?
After Coattails of Michael and everything he does.
Do you remember what that movie was called?
I do.
Trainwreck.
Yeah, there you go. Kylie, I'll get to your top 10 here in a sec, but let's go ahead and fast forward and do our number 3 and number 2 before you.
Wait, real quick. Army of the Dead, Netflix, Zack Snyder, one of his best movies, Dawn of the Dead. Now he's doing Army of the Dead. Dave Bautista. It's going to be awesome.
I'm looking forward to that. I want some zombie cars.
I'm down to see that. I'm excited for that Zack Snyder movie. Very
Netflix movie too. I'm down for that.
Real quick too, I need Keith here to talk Many Saints of Newark, The Sopranos prequel. Amazing cast, perfect casting to play the younger version of these characters. That movie is going to be awesome. But yeah, let's get to our 3 and 2. And man, this is getting down to the nitty gritty here.
Chuck, what the hell? What, Chuck? You need to drop what you're doing right now and watch Top Gun. I'm not joking you.
Yeah,
I am not joking you.
I just watched Top Gun 2 years ago. I watched Top Gun for the movie watching challenge 2 years ago.
Black Adam is currently slated for this year. Whether or not it comes out, probably not.
Wait, is it really?
I thought it was Spider-Man.
No, it's still slated for this year.
No, hold on. Have they even started shooting Black Adam?
They're
already done shooting Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, it's gonna move. No, what?
Are they not?
No, they're in the middle of filming.
Sorry, they're already shooting Spider-Man 3. They haven't started shooting Black Adam.
Shame.
Hey, you want to bet on that?
They've only had 15 years to film this Black Adam movie.
Yeah, right.
Y'all talking crap.
Another year.
Look, 11 months is not enough time to make that movie and get it out. I mean,
they don't even have the cast right now. They don't even have the entire cast. So let's just move on from a movie that's not going to come
out. Yeah. So, all right. My number 3 is, and look, this should be my number 1, but to be honest with you, the delays and waiting for it has lowered my excitement, and that's No Time to Die.
You suck.
No Time to Die is my number 3, and my number 2, this might shock some people. My number 2 is Mortal Kombat.
Hell yeah.
Who is that shocking?
Hell yeah.
It's not shocking us at all.
It's not shocking.
No, I'm saying it shocked me. I didn't think it was going to be number 2, but when I really sat down and did it, I could not freaking wait. Other than Star Wars, Marvel and Power Rangers, Mortal Kombat is like one of my favorite franchises.
We gonna get to there because I didn't know you were that much of a fan of Mortal Kombat. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it.
No Time to Die. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat. Gio, what is your number 3 and 2?
My number 3 is also No Time to Die. I swear to God, I'm not making this up as we go. And number 2 is The Suicide Squad.
Interesting. Jake?
Shame. Number 3, a sequel.
I love that I get a pass just because it's like my stuff's usually just so ridiculous that like when I have that, like, yeah. Exactly.
My number 3 is a sequel that I never thought would come, but my goodness, I'm so damn excited it is, and that is Top Gun Maverick. Danger Zone, baby. And then number 2.
Wait, that's your number 3 or 4?
Three.
Oh,
My 3 is like the heavyweights.
Yours and mine are probably gonna be decent.
It's like the 2016 Warriors up in this business. And number 2, I got No Time to Die. Quite possibly could end up being the greatest James Bond movie ever. Kerry Fukunaga at the helm. Daniel Craig's final James Bond movie.
Yep.
The greatest James Bond actor of all time.
Yep.
There, I said it. Boom. Super excited. So Top Gun Maverick and No Time to Die.
We're gonna get to those movies. Trust me.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, we're gonna get those movies.
Brian, you're 3 and 2.
My 3 is Dune, and my don't shame. My 2 is Top Gun Maverick.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I love.
it's in everyone's top 4, 5.
I love Top Gun.
Okay, so since we're kind of in the nitty gritty of these movies here, let's talk first. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat because it's not going to be mentioned by anybody else right now. Jacob had it highest. I'll say that right now. Jacob had it highest.
I mean, unless somebody has it number 1.
Yeah, let's talk about this because I'm actually very intrigued by this movie. We know that there's a lot of big name actors inside the movie. And James Wan is kind of overseeing the project, not directing, but he's overseeing the project. Also, Louis Tan has yet to been announced as a character, but we all think he's playing Johnny Cage, right?
Yeah,
I'd be down for that. Because they have. Come on, they're not going to make this movie and not have Johnny Cage.
They have every major character except Johnny Cage announced.
But why though? I'm curious.
Because Johnny Cage is typically a white male. Louis Tan is a badass Asian dude who's going to kick some major ass.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what? But why are they going to reveal it in the film or in the trailer? Maybe
they'll probably do it in the trailer with like, here's Johnny Cage and Louis Tan's going to walk up or something like that.
They confirmed it's rated R, right?
Yes.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're
fatalities.
going
Fatalities,
dude.
Like I mentioned earlier on the show, Joe Taslim playing Sub-Zero.
Yes. Yes.
Pass.
Dude. There's so.
Brian, you're gonna come out of this movie wanting to play all the video games.
No, movies. This is literally the type of stuff that I'm not a huge rip them in half.
Well, look, that's not why I love Mortal Kombat. Look,
really?
Why not?
You pretty much like all the slasher stuff, so
and I don't like those for the gore either. Look, I don't love Mortal Kombat because of the fatalities. That's cool, but I love Mortal Kombat for the mythology. The mythology is amazing, and there's so many different things that there's so much involved in it. Like there's a Mortal Kombat TV show that came out like after the movies. That was really, I really enjoyed it. And there's like different dimensions and things like that. There's different
Outworld
races of creatures and all this stuff. There's a whole, just like Star Wars, there's like a whole mythology behind everything going on in Mortal Kombat. So
I want to be mad at it.
I hope that like they can dive into that a little bit on the surface a little bit in this movie. Just make a great movie. I'm stoked.
Dude, the way that fight sequences choreography has grown so much since the 1997 movie. Wow. And yeah, Ludi Lin from Power Rangers is playing Liu Kang.
He's playing Liu Kang. That's incredible.
Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion. You kidding me?
So go ahead. Sorry.
No, and then the dude from Raid as Sub-Zero, Joe Taslim.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So if you guys don't know who Louis Tan is, I do have a recommendation for what you should watch. Louis Tan was the lead actor of Into the Badlands on AMC.
He's awesome.
He led that show, but he also appeared in a show that currently has one season. Don't know if it's going to be picked up for a second. It does have some cheesy elements to it, but it's really, really big on the kung fu and the action. It's called Wu Assassins on Netflix. His co-star is Iko Uwais from the Raid movies. Also, Catherine Winnick, who played Lagatha in Vikings, is the co-lead in that show.
No wonder he likes it.
And it's all about this mythology and stuff, and it's really cool. But if you want to see who Louis Tan really is, watch a couple episodes of Into the Badlands. Also, you can watch Wu Assassins, but just a little information on him. He's the son of a stuntman, a man who has been in the industry for a very, very long time. He grew up on sets watching his dad do this type of stuff. So he's going to deliver something incredible in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Cannot wait.
I'm super stoked. Obviously,
we were supposed to get this movie this month.
Yeah, we let's talk about No Time to Die. We've all mentioned it by now. Let's talk about some James Bond here. I mean, you guys know how I feel about this movie. My goodness, this movie is.
You kind of summed it up, but you forgot Anya de Armas, man. Come on, man. She's.
I don't need to mention her.
Well, yeah. Come on now. She incredible. Knives Out might be my favorite movie that year. Like, she is only getting bigger and bigger. And Daniel Craig, Jake, you said this could be the best one yet, dude. We love
Malik as the bad guy.
We love Casino Royale. But damn, this movie, like, we were feeling okay about Spectre. This movie, though, especially it being Daniel Craig's last one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Trailers looking.
New director. Cary Fukunaga came out and said that this is the best thing he's ever directed. He did the first season of True Detective. I mean, like.
And Beast of No Nation.
And Beast of No Nation on Netflix. They're bringing a different flavor to it. And Rami Malek playing the bad guy. Brian, I know how you feel about some Rami Malek. He's going to bring something very interesting and different to this character. We got Christoph Waltz back as Blofeld as well. Don't know how much. Ralph Fiennes in there. I mean, it's Leah Sedu's coming back as well with that relationship. Naomi Harris is in there.
The guy who played Q, right? The gadget guy, right?
Yeah, Ben Whishaw. Ben Whishaw.
Yeah. Like bringing the whole crew back. And look how crazy this is. So it was on two lists, right? It was on 2020 most anticipated and 2021. And it's what in all, Brian, where is it on your list?
For movies? Yeah, it's my number 7.
Okay, so it's Brian's number 7 and it's in our Gio. Where is it on yours? It's my number 3. Oh, number 3, and number 2. Right?
3, yeah.
So that's crazy that basically if we were to make a list for both years, it's still gonna be like in the top 5, no matter what. So I can't freaking wait for this movie. I really want to watch it on the big screen though.
You know what? It came out that they were going to push it, and I hope they save it for this big screen.
They're going to have to push it, otherwise.
I care less if they save it for like 2 years down the road. I don't care. I want it on the big screen.
This is one of those times where I might be rooting against HBO Max because they're trying to bid for it. They want this movie on their streaming. I don't know why. You got all these other Warner Brother movies, but
if this goes to any streaming service, it's Amazon Prime. Prime has all the other Bond movies,
right?
So,
well, it's a Sony movie, right?
Well, yeah, but Sony doesn't have a streaming service.
Yeah, no, I know. So I'm saying
so Disney Plus.
It's not gonna go to Disney Plus.
Could you
maybe, but I think it. Dude, if anybody could afford to buy it, who are likely to go is Apple TV.
Apple bought Cherry.
Oh, nice.
So Cherry is going to be debuting in theaters at the end of February, and then 2 weeks later, it'll be dropping on Apple TV.
Awesome. Was there anything else from Anyone's 3 and 2 that we haven't discussed?
Real quick. Oh, go ahead.
No, Gio, go ahead.
I was going to quickly talk about the Suicide Squad.
We definitely have to talk about Suicide Squad.
Ever since that DC Phantom footage. And just, this movie is just getting bigger and bigger and crazier. R-rated. James Gunn, the writer and director of Guardians, doing the Suicide Squad, and the characters in here. I mean, you got Polka Dot Man, you got Harley Quinn obviously coming back, Peacemaker, who's getting his own HBO Max spinoff. The character was that good in test screenings and early footage that they're giving him his own thing. Well, Jared Leto's Joker is apparently in the cast. We'll see. But yeah, Rick Flag, Joel Kinnaman, Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, Taika Waititi, maybe King Shark. We'll see. But
He's King Shark.
yeah,
The voice.
He's King
You know,
Shark.
it's actually number 9 on my list. Probably that was a long time ago.
It's number 6 on my list. I mean,
Number 4 on mine.
talk about it, guys. Say something.
look,
It looks so
the
good.
second you said James Gunn's directed this, I was already sold, and then you gave me that insane footage from Phantom.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, yes, give me all of this. This movie could be 5 hours, and I would not care. I would not care.
And it's R-rated.
And you know, James Gunn does great Marvel stuff, and he'll do great Marvel stuff. He always has. He fits into that universe very well with the properties that he's given. But he's an R-rated guy. He grew up in the business as a director, as an R-rated director and filmmaker. He fits the build. He produces and he writes R-rated content, and so it fits him better.
I believe Slither's rated R. All his stuff.
Slither,
Super.
He produced Brightburn. He was heavily involved in that project. All of his stuff is R-rated. That's what he's known for, and so it fits him more that he's doing this type of property, characters that lend that type of content. Plus, you put together this incredibly rambunctious group that's about 20 characters long. It's going to be fun, and you bring in people that we've seen in other properties, and you put them in this movie. I mean, we get Idris Elba in a Suicide Squad. Now we're getting John Cena. We're getting his brother.
Sure, killing people too.
Say it again.
Yeah.
It said, and they are for sure killing people.
Yeah, and
character deaths.
he's bringing his
honestly, like 10 of these characters are going to die at least.
The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it's going to actually live up to that title's name while making it funny and crazy. I'm so excited for this. That's why it's in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Do we want to move on to number 1s?
Yeah, let me run through some of our viewers' top 10s real quick. Though.
Yeah.
We have a couple of them that we all want to go through, and I'm going to go back up to Kylie's real quick. So we got here 10, Mission Impossible 7, 9, Fast and Furious 9, 8, Ghostbusters Afterlife. That is on my list in the back half. I do like that someone mentioned that. 7, The Suicide Squad. 6, Shang-Chi. 5, Eternals. 4, Spider-Man 3. 3, Venom 2. 2, Godzilla Beats Kong. And 1, Top Gun Maverick. Great list there. Love it.
Very good list.
Those are movies that are going to be making a lot of money this year if theaters open back up.
I'm rooting for Godzilla too, Kylie.
And someone we know is in Venom, so
That's very true.
That's a great list. That's a great list.
All right, so we got Pardis here with his list. I'll go 10 to 1. So number 10, Spider-Man 3, 9, The Suicide Squad, 8, Last Night in Soho. Yes, Edgar Wright. Thank you. Number 7, Mission Impossible 7, 6, No Time to Die, 5, Fast 9, 4, Cherry. Thank you so much. 3, Green Knight. Great mention. Great mention on that one. 2, Tom and Jerry.
Nice.
Number 1 is
Pardis.
Oh, I didn't know we could
Good
include
job.
series in this.
Shut
I mean, it's
Shut your mouth.
Oh,
Get out of
is The
here.
Boys season 3 coming out this year?
Hey, I'm calling your internet provider right now. You about to be canceled.
oh my god.
Storm Shadow coming in with his as well. 10, Snake Eyes. Love that mention. That is also coming out this year.
Yeah.
9, The Green Knight. 8, Red Notice, which is a Netflix film with Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds. 7, The Tomorrow
Hey,
War.
the Tomorrow War sounds cool.
Well, so a little info on The Tomorrow Wars. It's a Chris Pratt future war film. It actually just tested for streamers over the weekend, and it tested so well that people are like throwing their money at the movie. So we could see that movie pop up very soon. 6, Morbius, just got pushed back a little bit. 5, Top Gun Maverick. 4, Eternals. 3, Shang-Chi. 2, Mortal Kombat. There you go, Jacob. And number 1 is Venom 2.
I'm not mad.
Hey, Storm Shadow's been around for a while watching our show. That's awesome.
I'm not mad
Appreciate
that Morbius got pushed back. I like that it's in October. You know, whole scary vampire vibe.
Oh, Pardis, did I miss your list? He says, did I miss your list somewhere? Mm-hmm. Put it in there. I'll throw your list up. Sorry, man. I think I might have missed it.
We also got Rachel's top 3 in there too.
Oh, yes, I did see Rachel's. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, top 3. Death of the Nile, 2, Top Gun Maverick, and 1, Shang-Chi. Hey, Shang-Chi could be a sneaky one, man.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Can we say something really quick since no one's going to bring that one up other than me?
No, I want to talk about Shang-Chi.
Oh,
Let's talk about it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Did you put it on
it
your list?
might be in our honorable mention.
It was in my honorable mentions. It wasn't in my top 10.
Oh, I mean, it's a Marvel kung fu movie.
Yeah,
give it to me now. And I love Aquafina. She's going to be in it.
Nice.
And just it's
the real Mandarin.
Yeah, the real Mandarin. All that.
It sounds like they're going epic with this, like the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah, and I mean, it's connecting
cool.
It's going to connect to the first movie of the MCU with
Iron Man. Yeah.
And so, I mean,
apparently, I don't know if this is right, but apparently Benedict Wong's Wong is in this movie.
I believe it.
From
I can see that. I can see that. Yeah,
that makes sense. Like with all the mystical stuff going on.
Also, I don't know if you guys.
Are you going to talk about Fing Fang Foom?
No, what?
Oh
no!
You're going to say the rumor has it that Fing Fang Foom is.
Well, Rachel, I wanted to point out your list because Death on the Nile. I'm excited for that. It's in my honorable mentions. I'm excited, even though Murder on the Orient Express was a little bit disappointing. I'm excited for Death on the Nile.
So, what I was going to say about Shang-Chi is that do you guys recognize the name Florian Montaño? Does anybody know who this guy is? More than likely not. It's a name.
Is he he's not Shang-Chi, right?
No.
No.
So he's playing a villain in this movie.
Mm.
I don't know if it's the main villain, probably like a secondary villain. He played Victor Drago in Creed 2.
Oh, give it to me.
Really?
Yes. He was great in that movie.
Isn't he like a UFC fighter?
He was an actual fighter. He's in this movie as a villain, taking the Dave Bautista route. And
Dude,
we could see him kick some major ass.
They got him for some badass action.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
That's cool. That's super
Chuck. It's been a heavy rumor that Fing Fang Foom is gonna be in it. I wouldn't be surprised if they tie it into some mystical lore of it. So,
this is in my honorable mentions, Chuck. We would have
honorable mentions.
This would have talked about this. And to your next comment below that, I'm not going to show it. We're not talking about it just yet because of one specific person on this panel. All right, let's get to our number ones. Let's just get to it. Come on. Let's just.
all right, real quick. Can Brian or Gio guess my number one? Because I know Jake knows it already.
Everybody guess each other's number ones except me because I know everybody's.
Gio's is the Snyder Cut. Good. Jacob pulls some bullshit, so I'm not.
It's actually really obvious.
It's so on point.
Black Widow.
It is so on point for Jacob.
No, I already mentioned Black
Did you? Oh, I was thinking.
Who was that for?
Black Widow.
You're forgetting one. You're going to kill yourself.
Who has the most females in it? Let me look.
A Quiet Place?
Well, I don't want to waste too much time.
Yeah, don't waste too much time.
My number one is the Untitled Spider-Man 3. Come on now, guys. Yeah. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. He is, to me, what Captain America is to Jake. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my boy. Homecoming is actually my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Do you have a hot toy of him yet?
No, but I really want to get one though. Why don't remind me? I want the Homecoming one really, really bad. Well, not just because this is a Spider-Man movie, but it is part of. That's dope. It is part of this multiverse story they're telling, beginning with
That's not confirmed.
Yeah, see, that's why I had it low on mine.
It's connected to WandaVision. I thought you were going with the other Spider-Man. Sorry, my bad.
No. I'm not talking about those. No. I honestly don't even really want that, but whatever. No, I'm talking about how it's how WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness are telling this story arc of this multiverse story. And I used to think that Doctor Strange was coming out first, but it actually goes WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, then Doctor Strange. In the Multiverse of Madness, and we know Doctor Strange is in Spider-Man 3, so whatever happens in WandaVision is going to lead into a whole mess going on in the multiverse. Then Doctor Strange is going to step in Spider-Man 3 to deal with that, and then it's going to conclude in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That's what I'm predicting. So that whole part of it is just amazing. And what we do know that Doc Ock and Electro are coming back. That's confirmed, right?
That is confirmed by sources outside of Marvel and Disney.
Yeah. But pretty viable. Like it's like the
Hollywood
main
Reporter, Variety, that type of
like
stuff.
yeah. So look, bottom line is I'm like Spider-Man's my favorite comic book character, so I'm super stoked.
Okay, so do you want me to announce my movie and then we'll talk about it later? Or?
Yo, like we know what it is. Let's just talk about.
Yeah. Did anybody else have Spider-Man 3 on their list?
I mean,
mine was an
had it
honorable mention because I feel like I know so little about what it is actually about. I can't give it that much room yet.
Hey, all you gotta tell me is Doctor Strange is in it, and
Jake. That's why it's 5 on mine and not higher. If
Yeah,
I knew all the other stuff and whatever, if that was all true, all blah blah blah, it'd be probably top.
Exactly. If everything was confirmed, this movie would probably be in my top 3. But I feel like the only thing we know of as of right now officially is that it's directed by John Watts and it stars Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch, and that is it.
You could put your money on Jamie Foxx's Electro because he put something on Instagram and then took it off. So
he's not very
yeah, but you never know. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
and you know what? I just realized I figured out. Well, minus yours, I know what yours is and his.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
I know what it is.
I mean, if you guys know me, if you watch this channel the last 3 years,
You literally watched it for 5
you
seconds.
know about this movie. Okay, this movie,
It's a TV series.
it's a miracle that I'm able to put this movie on the list. Okay, like it's been a rough 3 years, and we are finally getting the.
Okay, enough of that.
Hey, Zack
Don't be
Snyder's
mean.
Justice League, which all of you are gonna watch. Even those of you saying you're not gonna watch, you're gonna watch it. You know why? Because you just can't help yourself. This is the true version. This is the Mona Lisa. This is the Holy Grail. This movie, 4 hours of
Is
just
this going to be the best movie of all time, in your opinion?
epic event. You remember? I'm sorry. What was that?
Is this going to be the best movie of all time, in your opinion?
If it lives up to what I think it can be, you're damn right. You're damn right. And 4 hours, I love it. R-rated, I love it. Ben Affleck's Batman, I love it. You love it.
Look,
Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
That's okay. I'm done. You can go ahead.
I will say this. I have been increasingly getting kind of a little bit more excited about seeing the movie.
Hell yeah.
Just because I do want to see what it looks like, and what the end product is going to be. I'm a little scared that Warner Brothers threw so much money at him to remake it and do his vision, but it almost feels at the same time that he added stuff after the fact that wasn't originally supposed to be there, because it almost feels like a last hurrah for him, which is fine. I just want it to all come together. I want it to all come together properly if he's going to be adding all of these pieces together. And I will also say this, and I know Rachel put it on Twitter a little bit earlier, but Gio's interview yesterday or today with Sean O'Connell and kind of like the behind the scenes of everything also, added a little bit to that as well. The conversation between the two of them and kind of getting a different perspective was really helpful for someone who has very much been on the outside looking in for a very long time with it. I still am, but I'm going to be there just as Gio is the first night it's available watching it. And I'm hoping that it lives up to it, because otherwise the movement, if the movie is like not like a just a bomb, but like an average movie, like an okay movie, I feel like it would have just all been not been worth it. So I hope that it lives up to it. I really do.
Gio,
Hey, me too.
Just out of pure joke.
It's okay. Go ahead.
If this movie sucks, would you admit it? I just wanted to know.
I'm trying to think of a scenario where this movie sucks. All right. If I personally don't like this movie, will I admit it? Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Again, people think I think
To be
that
fair,
Batman v
He
Superman-
has to. He runs a podcast now about DC movies. He has to.
Yeah, people think that I think that Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, is a perfect movie. No, I've gone in on that several times, especially on this channel. But let me tell you, this movie could give us, if great, could give us so much more. It could finally give us that Man of Steel 2. It could give us Ben Affleck's solo project. Yeah, exactly. But let me tell you, exactly that. Yep,
That's a
the
great
bar
point.
is extremely
100.
low.
I completely agree with that 100%.
Yes,
Not even a question.
and I mean, if it's not in your top 5 movies of this year, I don't.
Well, here's the thing,
I don't
Gio.
know.
It's obviously not on my list, right? But here's why. I respect your decision to call it a movie. No one can tell you what you can put on your list and what you can call a movie.
Sure,
I personally don't consider it a movie, though. So
That's where
you're right. It's an event.
I am so excited for this.
it's an extravaganza.
I'm probably like the second most excited for this after you of our Apocaflix crew. I can't wait. I'm stoked. I want to watch it, but I don't consider it a movie because when you premiere something 4 parts over 4 weeks, that's not a movie.
It's very fair.
So if it was a film, if they said we're releasing a Snyder Cut full film all at once on HBO Max, it would be in my top 5.
Okay, can I respond to this?
Don't take too much time,
All right.
but yes, we do have to move on at some point.
That's okay.
Brian and I haven't gone yet.
So look, the only reason this is split into 4 parts is because they're trying to maximize the number of subscriptions on their HBO Max service during the time of the streaming wars. This was shot as a movie from the very start of it. The only reason why you're seeing 4 chapters is not because of some creative decision. It's a money decision. And there is talks of IMAX doing a 4-hour theatrical release for this movie because the fans are asking for it. Let me tell you guys.
Once it's safe to.
Yeah, absolutely. But make no mistake about it, guys. This is very much a movie. It's a 4-hour movie. Just because they're splitting it into 4 episodes, if you want to call that, or chapters or whatever, that is not a creative decision. That is financial decision because they were worried way before Warner Brothers announced their 2021 slate. They were worried that people would just use their trial on that 4-hour sitting and then leave. By them splitting it into 4 weekly, maybe 6, it allows them to hold on to subscriptions, to advertise the hell out of HBO Max and future content to keep people subscribed. But
hey, I will come on your show as a guest to have this debate if you want, Gio. We totally can.
We're having it right now. Let's keep it going.
So let's go to Jake for his number 1.
It's no surprise. Absolutely no surprise. It's just teed up for me. It's a movie that is going to blow the socks off of so many effing people in this world, and that is Dune. Denis Villeneuve's Dune is going to just blow the doors. Whenever we do say it, I know that there's a lot of contract disputes right now about if they're going to premiere it on HBO. Legendary's pushing back on it. It's up in the air, which sucks for us who want to see it. But I also understand the studio standpoint of not wanting to premiere it on street, especially that type of movie. The movie was made for a theater. If there's any movie this year that was made for the theater, it's Dune. And so I understand it, but as far as the film goes, I was blown away by the first trailer. I know a lot of people were maybe pushed back on a little bit. I understand that. But knowing a little bit about it and seeing it finally and really understanding what he is doing as a filmmaker and trying to attempt to do, I cannot wait to see this film. I just think it looks so beautiful. He hasn't made a bad movie. I've liked every single one of his movies back from when he first started till now. I love them all. And I think he takes risks sometimes and does movies that people won't do, like Blade Runner. Nobody would have done a Blade Runner sequel. He did it. It got incredible reviews, didn't make money, which is fine, but people know how good that movie is. Also Arrival. Arrival is a movie that not a lot of directors can successfully make, and he successfully made that movie amazing. And so I just can't wait to see it. Plus the cast is bonkers, like just ginormous. Josh Brolin, Oscar Isaac, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Jason Momoa. I mean, there's so many. Rebecca Ferguson. There's so many names in this movie that it's just hard to say them all. And I can't wait to see it all come together. I really can't. I'm super excited. Sci-fi stuff is my jam, and this is like the ultimate sci-fi.
Yeah, I mean, I had it at number 6, but I've been getting more and more and more and more excited for Dune. And I said this last year when we did this list. Dune is going to be the next huge, great, big movie franchise.
Hopefully,
if it makes money. Like, that's all we need is it for it to make money. It's going to be the next Lord of the Rings, Star Wars franchise. It's going to be.
So. Yeah, to that point, I think there is a vacancy right now as far as the big sci-fi blockbuster, because Star Wars is doing fantastic on streaming, and it'll be some years before we see another one in theaters. And so right now, this has the potential to fill that void. And judging by that first trailer, I'm all in. Hell yeah. This looks incredible.
On your list, Gio?
Yeah, it's at number 5.
Okay. And Brian, it was on your list, right? Number 3? All right, cool. Any thoughts, Brian, real quick before we get to your number 1?
I will not watch this movie if it's not in theaters.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's
agreed. I agree with him. I agree.
So, all right, Brian, what is your number 1? I don't have time to think about it.
Too easy.
Oh, duh. I know what it is.
Chuck,
I know.
I wasn't going to leave you hanging there. The Eternals is my number 1.
Nice.
I cannot wait for this movie. The cast, the lore, the history, the mythology. It's going to be amazing. And
I agree.
And I think people are going to go, holy crap, this is cool. Because, I mean, it's lesser known. So they can kind of mix and match and change and do what they want with it. They've already done that. They gender swapped characters. They racial swapped characters. They're doing kind of whatever they want with it, with keeping the plot. Well, not the plot, but like the shell of the Eternals. But this movie is going to be amazing. It's going to be Phase 4's. I couldn't agree more. It's going to be Phase 4's Avengers. This movie is going to blow people out of the water, and I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, Brian, I'm more excited for it right now than I was last year. Like last year, it wasn't even near my list, and we'll talk about honorable mentions in a second, but it's actually number 11.
Okay.
I don't have it as high. It would be in my top 3, top 5. I don't know where exactly, if I have seen something from it. I think the cast is ridiculous. I think Richard Madden is one of the most hidden gems that people don't know how good he really is. If you've never seen, what's the name? Bodyguard on Netflix. Watch Bodyguard. You'll know what Richard Madden's all about. But I think this is going to be Kevin Feige really able to embrace we can do whatever we want here. Like we can really do whatever we want. Plus, I've heard incredible things about Chloe Zhao, who is directing this film. I've heard insanely good things about her. And so I just can't wait to see just even a first trailer.
Yeah, her movie is getting she's already done with it. It's getting a lot of Oscar attention, right?
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
I mean, listen to this cast. Kit Harington's playing Black Knight, Kamal Nanjiani, Richard Madden, Angelina Jolie, Gemma Chan, Ma Dong-seok. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. And Barry Keoghan from Dunkirk.
Barry Keoghan.
Yeah. Some high. It's insane. Apparently, as much as
Brian, you're muted, or Gio, you're muted. Sorry.
And people roll their eyes. He didn't do a bad job, but Harry Styles is supposed to be in it at some
Brian
point.
Tyree Henry.
Yeah, this movie is going to be insane. I
heard it's going to span a lot of time.
It's basically going to span the creation of the universe to now, because these characters are mythical beings that came out through humanity, that people worshipped as gods, that have Athena, who Angelina Jolie, the Greek goddess, they interpreted her as a god, which we know that she's not. She's just a Marvel, the Marvel type character, but her lore has been passed on. Same with some highest character, Mayan goddess. It's going to be So
Yeah, I've been getting more and more excited because this is basically Kevin Feige, the Marvel's version of like, I don't know, like Greek mythology type
yeah.
thing, but I think it's going to be a lot bigger of a movie than I thought it was. Like meeting like epic scale.
Yeah.
Like I'm stoked.
Yeah. I would say this is phase 4, the new, well, outside of
Nomadland, that's what it is.
outside of the Infinity Saga, this is the risk taker, as you will, like Guardians was, with the unestablished characters and whatnot. But I mean, it's going to be good with that cast. Like,
And especially, I trust Kevin Feige with anything. Gio, are you excited for Eternals?
Oh hell yeah, dude! The concept art that was shown online of all them in their outfits and whatnot, it wasn't official, but my God, did it look beautiful. The cast, the ensemble, incredible. I can't wait. Like I said, it would be higher on my list. I agree with Jake. If I had seen, we probably will. Maybe Super Bowl. We'll see something. But yeah, definitely.
we won't see anything until Black Widow comes out. I'll say
Really?
that right now. Mhm.
You think so?
Yep.
Yeah, it kind of sucks because this movie should have been out already in November, and it just hasn't been. All right, cool. Well, let's just do our honorable mentions really quick, our 15 through 11, and then we'll do the consensus list. So my 15 through 11 was Death on the Nile at number 15, Fast and Furious 9 at number 14. So this movie called Old, it's the next M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
And I was disappointed with Glass. But I like what was the one before that? The
Split.
I love Split and I loved The Visit. See, I think this is The Visit and old M. Night Shyamalan. I'm rooting for him. I want him to do well. So that's my number 13. My number 12 is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I'm stoked for that movie. I don't care what anybody says. And my number 11 is Eternals. I almost put Eternals over Halloween Kills, and after this discussion, I might move it. But also Shang-Chi, it wasn't on the list I was looking on, so I should be on my list somewhere. But Gio, 15 through 11 real quick.
Number 15 is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. I mean, Carnage, baby. About time. And it's rated R. Andy Serkis directing. Hell yeah. Number 14 is Free Guy. Last year I had this like at number 3 or 4, but, the year delay. Number 13 is The Matrix 4. Got a good feeling about that. This could be special. Number 12, I have The Eternals. And number 11, I have Black Adam. Hell yeah, it's coming out this year. It's going to be badass. That DC fandom concept art and the cast so far. Mm-hmm.
If you believe that, it would have been in your top 10.
All right, number 15 for me. Number 15 for me is Mortal Kombat. Number 14 is Ghostbusters Afterlife. 13 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Number 12 is Raya and the Last Dragon, a Pixar movie that could end up being one of the best ever made for that company. Or is that Disney movie? Disney movie, excuse me.
Disney,
and then number 11 is Spider-Man 3.
Awesome. Brian?
I had Justice League at 15, but then Jake bullied me into picking something else, so I picked.
That is such a lie.
No surprise.
That is such a lie.
No surprise.
14 is Fast 9. 13 is Don't Breathe 2. 12 is The King's Man, and 11 is Black Widow.
Real quick, before we get to our consensus list, I just received a text that I actually have Keith's top 10.
Oh, yeah. What the heck?
Yay.
He just got home, so I have his top 10. Let me go ahead and read these off for us real quick. All right. For Keith Barnes, coming in at number 10, No Time to Die. Number 9, The Suicide Squad. Number 8, Spider-Man 3. Number 7, Top Gun Maverick. Number 6, A Quiet Place 2. 5, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Number 4, Last Night in Soho. Number 3, The Matrix 4. Number 2 is Dune. And number 1,
oh my God, that stupid Sopranos movie.
Many Saints of Newark.
I knew it.
Yeah.
Nice
and because I just got that, our rankings changed drastically. They changed drastically, and I will put a graphic of this up on social media probably on Thursday of our official individuals and then our consensus. But here's how it shakes out. So the 5 movies that missed the cut at the 15th.
Is this with or without Keith?
This is with Keith.
Okay.
The 5 movies that missed the cut: Matrix 4 at 15, Black Widow at 14, Mortal Kombat at 13, Last Night in Soho at 12, and Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings at number 11.
Oh, that didn't even make it.
So those are all of our official honorable mentions of going into 2021. Gio, I'll tell you right now, 16 was the Snyder Cut. Number 10.
He bullied me.
Number 10.
Prove it.
It wouldn't have changed. It wouldn't have changed anything. Number 10, officially number 10, coming in with 24 points, is A Quiet Place 2. Okay. Number 9, coming in with 25 points, is Godzilla vs. Kong. Number 8, coming in with 27 points, and the save by Keith Barnes, is The Many Saints of Newark.
Wow.
Number 7, coming in with 33 points, is Eternals. Number 6 with 37 points is Mission Impossible 7. Number 5 coming in 39 points is Spider-Man 3. Number 4 with 48 points, so a big jump there, Top Gun Maverick. And then our top 3 are the only 3 films on the list that all 5 of us had on our list. They're the only 3 films out of all the movies. We had 30 movies mentioned in our lists. They're the only 3 that all 5 of us agreed on.
No, everyone had Top Gun, right?
No.
Jacob
didn't have it in his 15.
Get rid of him. First Shang-Chi, now Top Gun.
Okay, so coming in at 50 points, ranking it at number 3, is The Suicide Squad. James Gunn's The Suicide Squad.
At least one DC movie made it.
Coming in with 55 points, No Time to Die. The Final Ride for Daniel Craig. And number 1 with 63 points,
Eternal.
just almost a sweep, is Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Wow. I got to win, baby. I got to win.
2 of our top 3 from last year are still in the top 3.
Yeah.
Tenet was the only one that was, I think Tenet was our number 1 last year.
Which I still haven't watched.
I still haven't watched either.
I love a good meme that people keep putting out. That's like how he intended to watch it.
Did you see the iPod?
iPod Nano.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Well, there it is, guys. Our top 10. And again, I'll put out graphics on Thursday of our official list, but hopefully we get to see all these this year because it's a jam-packed season of movies if we do.
God, I can't.
That was fun. I don't know about you guys, but I love the hour and a half show as long as we can keep it under an hour and a half.
It was a big topic, and to everyone watching and commenting, thank you guys. This is the reason why we wanted to do one show, because the comments and the interaction is like a key and important to us. And so as long as you guys keep coming back, we'll keep out putting shows like this. And if you guys have topics or ideas for us, shoot them out to us. We'd love to do them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Rankings or draft ideas, anything like that, just let us know.
This has been the most normal topic type thing we've done like in a year.
It has been a long time. Yeah. Very long time.
It was super fun. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Apocaflix Now. Again, I'm Jacob. That's Gio, Brian, and Jake. We really appreciate you guys watching. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to Apocaflix Movies. Leave us a like or a comment. Let us know what your lists are if you're catching this at a later time. And again, shoot us some ideas. We're always looking for some cool, fun things to do on the show.
Don't forget to go vote on Keith's poll.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian. Great call. Great call.
Watch. That is a great call. And also check us out on any audio platforms. Get yourself a cool t-shirt like this at TeePublic. Those descriptions are in the video description below. And also, please don't forget to check out Marvel Rewind this upcoming Friday. The
WandaVision
of WandaVision, which I'm more and more excited for, like as the days go by. And awesome. So
thanks,
real quick, I do want to say, I wanted to point this out. Netflix has a crap ton of movies coming out that it's hard to rank Netflix movies in these because the trailers don't come out until like a week or two before they actually drop. Yeah. And so we will definitely be covering all of those Netflix movies because they include major stars. So look out for reviews and reactions and all that type of stuff on the channel for this year.
And again, Gio, do you want to tell them where they can find you online and where your other shows and things like that?
Yeah. You guys can find me on Twitter at Grey Goose Jedi. Grey Goose like the alcohol, Jedi.
I'm gonna have to trademark that so nobody takes that idea.
And again, you guys can check out my interview I did with Sean O'Connell, author of the upcoming book, Release the Snyder Cut, where he documents the entire movement. A lot of fantastic stories about people who supported the movement, who were largely a part of that. A lot of great personal stories. You guys can find that on my YouTube channel, the Fandom United Podcast. Look at that incredible graphic that Jake did. Thank you again, sir. Sean, thank you again. You're a very awesome guy, very caring guy. And yeah, that's it.
Can I just say I love the fact that he has Marvel posters in the background?
Well, yeah, he shoots his podcast in that room, Marvel, and DC. All of his stuff is in the living room. So,
Okay.
Real quick to Rachel's comment. No, unfortunately not. There wasn't enough for us to go off.
Didn't we kind of did that? We picked the best movies we like.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, maybe we'll come up with some different categories, but there was such little options last year. It's hard to gauge it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Jake, where can they find you outside of Apocaflix now?
Twitter and Instagram at Qui-Gon Jake. Two ends because someone else did before I did. Brian and I are on a certain point of view for the Schmodown. We're doing weekly stuff on Weekly. We actually are nominated for Podcast of the Year over there. So if you want to
Friday
out, the show is live on Friday, 4 p.m. Pacific on the Schmodown Network channel. And you can see if we end up taking home that award. And then here all the time, guys. Apocaflix is my home for podcasting, and Fridays are going to be fun with WandaVision. And look out for Friday because it might be a little earlier than normal because of that award show. But all four of us will be here to talk that trippiness that is WandaVision.
Awesome. And Brian, where can they find you, man?
Wherever Jake is pretty much where I'm at.
On Jake's Twitter handle, just find Brian. Yeah. Well, definitely. Well, I'm Jacob Bartley. You can find me on Twitter at Jacob Bartley824. But I also do, for if anybody cares, I do a Power Rangers podcast. I'm switching the days to Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, it's called Off the Grid, a Power Rangers podcast. You can find that on YouTube.
What's tomorrow? Are you doing one tomorrow?
Yes, I am doing one tomorrow. My first new Wednesday show.
My two favorites.
I review the comics every time a new issue comes out. Mighty Morphin #3 comes out. There's some exciting stuff going on in the Power Rangers comics right now. So come check it out if anybody's a fan of that kind of stuff. And I'd really appreciate it. And again, thank you all for watching. We will see you all next week. Till then, take care.